If you know anything about me, you know that I want to move to New York.
Want to go to New York and live in New York. Everyone around me probably hates me because all I talk about is New York all the time.
I want to move there for graduation. Again.
I moved to New York. I know. I still really can't believe it. This is something that I've literally been dreaming about and working towards forever. And now it's happening and it's here. And it's so cool. And I can't believe it still, but we're here. There's still some things that I obviously still need to get because it's a new apartment, but I'm so excited and things are coming together. I have pretty much all of the furniture that I want to get. There's just like some other like small things like a rug. I still need to get like a rug for like my living room. I thought about doing like sort of like an apartment tour, but like I just said, I still don't really have everything and I'm getting settled because it hasn't even really been a month yet and I'm still like finding where I want things to go and just sort of finding the flow that I want to have in my place. But yeah, I'm in my little studio. It's so cute. I love it so much. And it's just kind of crazy that I'm here. So I was thinking about maybe doing an apartment tour video, even though it's like a studio and it's pretty cute and cozy, but I still thought it might be fun and it's just something that's like for me to document for myself and just like share with my family and friends who obviously don't live here because they don't really know anyone here, and then they can see the place a little bit better than the pictures that I send them. But yeah, I'm really excited to just like be here and make a little video in my new place. I'm so excited. I also wanted to talk really quickly about the whole process because it was so scary and stressful and horrifying, and we were only here for like a sort of long weekend. It's very stressful to try to find like an apartment in that short period of time because in Iowa, where I'm from, you know, you kind of just like look up areas that you like and then you look up like different apartment complexes and then you can kind of just find a complex that you like and then just be like, hi, can I have a tour? Do you have any open units? And then you just kind of do it that way. But here it's just like a completely different sort of process than probably anywhere else. So, but that's New York, baby. I highly recommend checking out Best Dressed video. I watched her video literally probably like 10 times. Her video is extremely helpful when it comes to the apartment process, hunting process, and just like tips and all of the things that you need to know. I definitely did a lot of research and I highly recommend doing a lot of research. I tried to do, well, I thought about doing a sort of apartment hunting process and trying to document that, but I quickly realized that it is so stressful and just kind of scary overall to try to film that whole entire thing. So I did film some videos of the units on the inside of obviously everyone that I toured, but I also thought about like, you know, vlogging when I would like get back to the hotel and check in, but I was just like so drained and stressed. So I highly recommend her video. Her video was definitely one of the best that I saw of all of the different apartment hunting videos. Yeah, we were here for probably 3 or 4 days and looked at 15 to 20 different apartments. It's a lot and it's just very stressful to sort of coordinate all of that. But if you are going to be getting an apartment in New York or you want to get an apartment in New York, the Street Easy app is 100% a necessity. It is an app that focuses on like rentals in like homes in the New York, New Jersey area. I highly recommend it. That's where you can find all of your things such as apartment listings, obviously, and then you can also find all of the open houses there, and they have all of the contact information of the brokers, of who's scheduling it, their contact information, as well as you can do different things from like sorting out like, I need a 2-bedroom, I'm looking for a studio, I need to be less than this amount, and then you can also sort out by like necessary amenities that you need. I'm gonna be honest, I started out saying my number one amenity that I wanted was having a washer and dryer in the building, and I, spoiler alert, do not have that because it's kind of just trying to find the best, I don't even know. It's just crazy because you're obviously not gonna have every single thing that you need or want, but I'm very lucky to have my place and I'm very thankful and blessed to have my place, and I'm just very glad that I found one that I do really like, because I remember just the first one that we went into, you also have to be, okay, quick tangent. On Street Easy, if it looks too good to be true, it 100% definitely is. You will see that like sometimes they're good, let's just say they're good photographers, and they're really good at making spaces look a lot bigger than they appear to be. They'll stand at like the very back of the bathroom and like take a picture of the whole entire place so it looks huge, and it's not. And I just remember going into one of these places and seeing it, because it was one that I really liked when I was looking online before we flew there, and there was an open house for that day that we got there, and I was like, we should definitely go check this out. And then of course there's like people lined up outside, and it just like adds to the whole stress of the situation. But yeah, and then it just was not what I thought it was. It did have this very nice little outside area, which was definitely something that was really cute and could be transformed to something really fun and cozy, and it'd be nice to have that little extra space, especially that was like private to you. But it was on the first floor, and that was something that I wasn't super keen on, I guess you could say. I definitely preferred to be at least on the second floor just for like safety purposes. Just wasn't my unit, but I did overhear someone that was there ask the broker for an application, and the next day got a message on Street Easy that it was now off market. If you want to get an apartment in New York, you have to get Street Easy. I was so happy to be able to leave Street Easy just because I had so many notifications on for it, and like rentals, because you can set exactly what area you want it to be in. Like if you're like, I 110% know that I want to live in the Lower East Side, so then you can set it to show you only rentals in the Lower East Side, like less than this amount, like I said, and try to list all your certain amenities. You just have to be open to seeing other things. I was just wanting to get here. I didn't really have my heart set on a specific location, but I know that I was like looking more towards sort of the Lower East Side, downtown Manhattan area, but I'm now more like northern on the Upper East Side area, and it is beautiful, and I'm glad that I'm here. And it's just whatever finds you will be great. But yeah, it's just a very, very stressful process, and there's so many different things that come thrown at you. It's wild. Something else that's very important to look at while you are viewing these different apartments is Street Easy will tell you how long it's been on the market, and that's something that is definitely very important to look at, because if you see this unit is like, oh my god, this unit is gorgeous, it's huge, it's a 1-bedroom, it's reasonably priced, it has a microwave, it has laundry and building, like this is crazy. And it's been on the market for like, if it's been on the market for more than like a week, which is crazy to say, I would say that's a bit of a cause of concern, because that means that it's likely not that unit, or the pictures aren't very accurate to that unit. So you just have to be aware of that and like kind of look out for those things. Something else you have to look out for is clearly photoshopped in furniture or like units like that. I remember looking at one and it was clearly very photoshopped with like new appliances and updated bathroom and all those things. So I remember I messaged the broker and I was like, hi, is it possible to like get a video of this unit? I'm really interested, and if I could get a video and I'm still interested, I would love to tour it. And they're like, yeah, no, we don't have a video for it. So you just have to be aware of those different kind of things and just like look out for that, because they likely want you to come in and view a unit, and then when you get here, they're gonna be like, oh, sorry, that unit just got rented, but we also have this one. So you just have to kind of be on the lookout for all of those things. Not every single apartment is like this, but I'd say about 99% about the apartments are like this, unless you can talk to the broker and the team, the rental team. It's still a long shot, but to be qualified for an apartment, you have to make 40 times rent, if that makes sense. Your yearly salary has to be 40 times what your monthly rent is, and that is just absolutely insane. I know, New York is just New York, and it's just crazy. But yeah, you can also use a guarantor, which is just someone that is going to be like, that sort of signs on and is like, okay, if this person who's going to be living here doesn't end up paying the rent, then I will therefore be responsible for it. And to have a guarantor, they have to make 80 times the monthly rent, which is insane. But now on the topic of guarantors, it all really just depends on the building and the broker team and like that whole kind of stuff, because some apartments don't allow guarantors. Some apartments say your guarantor has to live in the state of New York. You can sometimes combine guarantors, which would be definitely very helpful to obviously try to make that crazy 80 times requirement. Going off of that, files you need to send in for your application. Most applications are gonna obviously have an application fee. I think some of the ones that I did, I think most of mine were like $20, but I also have seen some like online, because you will see in the description of StreetEasy, they usually will say like application fee or the broker's fees, which are, I'll touch on in a second, which are insane. I hate broker's fees so much. So you need to submit a photo ID, proof of income / your tax returns in the last 2 years, 2 recent bank statements, proof of income. So that is going to be your pay stubs, your letter of employment that would say your yearly salary, or if you're self-employed, then you will just need a letter from like your accountant stating like a rough estimate of your yearly income or your projected income for this year, and just all of that kind of stuff. And then also a credit score check. And this is something that if you are obviously submitting your application by yourself, then you need to include all those. But if you are also using a guarantor, you need to submit that both for yourself and for your guarantor. I know some places allow you to share like your savings accounts and just like show that you're like qualified within that, because it's just a very competitive sort of process. And I remember even going to some of the units that we would tour and just like overhearing some of the different people who were like viewing the apartments, because when you go to line up, there's like 15 people waiting outside, and it's just insane. And then I heard one girl at one of these apartments just go up to the broker who was showing the unit and just being like, hi, if I offer like $100 over rent and just like add that onto the rent, do you think I'll be qualified? And then he was like, yes. So it's that competitive that people are willing to pay more rent in these teeny little places just so they can find a place. So this video was all over the place. I'm so sorry. I'm just like kind of like spewing out my knowledge. Again, I highly recommend Best Dress video. That was like the best one that I found information from when it came to like touring different units, and she has much better high quality like tours than I have my little phone video where I was just like nervous and like shaking because this process is so scary. But just going off again on how like competitive the units are, I highly recommend what I did. Like even if you're not like absolutely 100% in love with the apartment and you're like, I like it, I can see myself living here, I would highly recommend just going up to the broker and asking them for an application and just trying to submit one as soon as you possibly can, like what I usually did. And even for this unit, I viewed it and I talked to the broker and I was like, I want to submit an application. So then he sent us all of the information and we just ran to the nearest little pizza shop or like a coffee shop that we could, and we sat down and I would fill out the application right away, send it out just so you can try to be at the top of the list because it is so competitive. But this is the real twist of the knife. Broker's fees, it typically will list on your StreetEasy, and if not, I would just ask the broker, but it most likely will be anywhere from 1 month's rent to 15% of the year's rent, if that makes sense. So for example, if you have a $2,000 apartment, it would cost you $3,600 because that is 15% of the $2,400 that would be for the year, and it's brutal. I feel like there's so many other things I should be saying, and I'll probably make another little video on my apartment in general, and maybe if I think of anything else that I forgot to include here, then I can definitely do that. But yes, I'm just so happy to finally be here, and then in my little apartment. I'm slowly turning it into like a cute little pink wonderland. It's so amazing, and I love my little fire escape. I usually has like a little balcony sometimes, and I drink my coffee out there and I pretend that I'm in like a rom-com, and it's super fun. Well, thank you so much for watching and watching my journey. I feel like this is such like a full circle moment of me talking about New York one way or another. in like every single one of my videos, and now I'm here. And it's super crazy and it doesn't really feel real. Especially when I go to work, I work much more in like the city area. And it's just crazy to be like getting off the subway and walking to work and just like looking up and seeing all of the New York things, you know? So yeah, I'm just feeling very happy and excited to be here, and I just can't wait to see what comes next. Thank you so much for watching, and I don't know, if you want to subscribe and see my new New York adventures, you totally should. Madison was just here, so I only filmed like for a couple of days of that, just like a bunch of random clips, but I might just try to compile it into something. And we saw Harry again because we're crazy and I just love him so much. I think that's it for me for right now. I'm sure there's like a million and one things that I'm forgetting to say, but yeah. So I guess if you want to subscribe and see some more New York adventures and things from me, you should totally subscribe if you want to subscribe. If you want to give this video a like and thumbs up, do that if you want to. Just do what you want to do, and you know what? I'll see you in the next one from my New York apartment. Bye.